Very much, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to contribute to this very important motion. And Honorable Speaker, as Honorable Fabian had said, NYS was formed with an Act of Parliament of 1964, so it's an institution that have lived with us since independence, a very important institution, though dogged with corruption instances, but we would like to request the government, and it is a polite demand to the government that they now strategize on how to end corruption in NYS, because it may end up denying our youth this very important service that is so important in this nation that we cannot do away with it. So we can only deal with corruption. Honorable Speaker, we are at a loss of how many parastatals that we have formed so that we can have good jobs of our relatives, our friends, sitting in boards. But all these parastatals are some of them dealing with one thing. In the training of youth, we have so many parastatals. We have the TVET, we have NITA, we also have NYS. Why can't we think of ways of combining all these parastatals so that the infrastructure that are there and the trainers that are there can offer the same services and under one particular board, so that we can reduce the expense that we have as a country to maintain so many boards? Because sometimes these boards and these parastatals are created with an intention of political balancing and regional balancing and having jobs for our relatives, our friends, and those who supported us in politics. And for us, our intention is very clear, to make sure that our youth are trained in skills that can assist them in future. Honorable Speaker, I support the idea of our disciplinary forces getting or prioritizing their recruitment from NYS, because a person with paramilitary skill is actually a time bomb in a village. It is a time bomb in the middle of civilians. He is a time bomb in our meetings. You can imagine if you have a baraza kind of meeting and there is somebody who is trained in paramilitary. If there is any different in terms of land issues, it can settle you very easily. This person is a time bomb in our bus, and that is why these forces normally have their own social amenities. Because when we are in social amenities with these people with paramilitary training, it is risky for some of us who may not know them. And when then it happens that there is a small commotion, you will realize these people need to be somewhere where they are actually restrained from mixing with civilian. Honorable Speaker, as members who have contributed have said, our youth who are trained with paramilitary skills have become gray areas and targets for radicalization by either Al-Shabaab, by Mungikis, by Chingororos, by Baghdad boys, and all those terror gangs. And even the robberies and other crimes that we are witnessing as a country, we may actually trace those routes to those who have been trained paramilitary. So, Honorable Speaker, and again, as we think about recruiting youth and NYS and later on recruiting them into the disciplinary forces, let us also think of persons with disability, because not all of them lack physical strength. There are persons with disabilities who are persons with albinism, who can really fit into these programs. There are those with hearing impairment who can really be very good in some of the skills, like sewing and plumbering and becoming electrician. A person with hearing impairment is the best electrician, because they don't have to talk with other people, they'll only deal with the machine. So, Honorable Speaker, I really do support this one, but corruption in NYS must end fast.
Honorable